Everyone. I hope you're
Hello.
doing well. Hi, Saya and everyone. Thank you, Saya, for the invite, and thank you, everyone, for joining us in this talk. I am Riham Zeidan. I will go ahead and start, okay? I'll share my screen and go ahead and start. Um, I'll be speaking in English as I noticed there are some people who are not from Lebanon that are joining. However, if you'd like me to translate to Arabic, then please let me know as well. I'm Riham Zeidan, and I'll be sharing today about community and leadership in tech, which is one of my favorite topics for the last 5 years. I believe most of us here are from a computer science background or a tech background, and we are here to learn what about the life or what about the impact that is beyond the code and the normal work and studying that we do. We all belong to the global village of the world. However, if you want to look exactly in the tech world and in the development world, the belonging to the global village is really very obvious. We are not coding alone. Every single function that we write is a library maintained by someone that you would likely never meet. At the same time, every code that you write will impact someone else. And here, from the perspective of creating the functions and the code and the libraries, and from the perspective of creating the applications that you are building. So here we remember that we are a part of the global village, and everything that we do will affect others. What about my training? I come from a computer science background, graduated from the Lebanese University. I've been contributing to the Google developer community since 2020, since I was a university student, specifically in the GDG course Lebanon. I don't work in tech, I don't write code. I work in community, specifically in a women's entrepreneurs community called the Sophia Collective that is based in UAE. Let's actually now start with defining what is a tech community. A tech community is a group where people share information, and sharing the information take very different formats. People share the information either by documentation, by writing blogs or articles, or even the documentation of a specific language or a specific technology. Or they share information by speaking about it in events like this, or as well on global stages. They share information in building together applications for the community. Where to find your community or communities? Because you don't need to belong to only one community, you can belong to different communities. There are two different perspectives for this. Either you can belong to a global community that is usually powered and maintained by big tech companies like Google or AWS. Or you can belong to your very local community in your area. مش ضروري يكون هيدا community that is maintained or powered by a big tech community, big tech companies. First, let's start with the student communities. You can go if you are a student, university student, you can check the university student clubs that are available at university. How to do so? You can ask previous students or alumni. You can ask your professors. You can ask your student council if you have in your university, and check what are the similar communities that are available in your university. and go and sign up to them. Follow them on social media, connect with the organizers. Usually, all the student clubs are maintained by the organizers, which are also university students. You can, if here we are looking from the perspective of university student clubs that are maintained by by the university students and not specifically belonging to a big tech company. If you are looking for a global community and to belong to a specific tech company communities, then you can check the Google developer groups on campus. I'm here listing some of the communities. Please note that these are not the only communities that are available. There are a lot of them. However, these are the ones that are famous or are very supportive and are well known in our region. You can check the Microsoft Learn student ambassadors, the GitHub campus experts, the IEEE student branches, the ACM student chapters, and all of them are, you can check them directly on the internet. The links for them are very obvious on the internet. So you can take a screenshot if you want and then check research the community. If you don't have this community in your university, for example, at the Lebanese University, I don't remember that there was any GitHub campus expert, then this is your chance to apply to these communities and lead them. So first check if they are available. If they're available, go ahead and attend the events. If you want to go to the next step, you can go ahead and contribute. On the other side, if these communities are not available at your community or at university, then go ahead and apply to them. Check when are the deadlines. And I encourage people even from the first year of their university studies to check these opportunities because time runs fast and there are deadlines usually for applying for such communities. Then make sure to apply on time and maybe even ask other people who were in your shoes what is the application procedure and how you can go further with it. Okay, now let's go ahead with the professional communities. What are the communities that are not specifically for the students, but for the professional developers? And here I look at it from two perspectives. Our perspectives, the first perspective is if I want to build a community in a community and not just as individual contributor. If I want to lead or contribute or attend professional communities, then I will go ahead and check also at the same time for the local ones that aren't maintained by any company, but are just like a normal local communities. Or I look ahead and check what are the known communities. For example, we have the Google developer groups, we have the IEEE, Women in Engineering, Women Tech Makers, AWS Community Group, Cloud Native, Microsoft user groups, MongoDB user groups, and there are literally a lot of other communities. And here the question would be, which community that you want to attend? If I am looking for a community to join, and I'm here saying joining just to attend events and learn from them, I'll ask myself 3 questions. The first question, which are the technologies that I'm interested to learn at the moment? For example, if I am trying to learn MongoDB, then I will check the MongoDB user groups in my area. If I'm trying to learn about AWS technologies, then I will go ahead and check AWS community groups. The second, so that depends on the technologies that I want to learn. And here, I would have also remind myself that I should always look to other technologies, to learn other technologies, even if I'm not using them at the moment. So, for example, even if I'm not really using any Google technologies at the moment, however, maybe in the future I will, or I just want to stay updated to I just want to stay updated with the latest news from Google, then I will go ahead and check the Google developer groups. So it is what are you learning now, or what do you want to learn in the future and stay updated with it? The second question I ask myself is this community supportive and inclusive? It's really beautiful to attend events and to be part of the community. However, because this is a choice like any other choices we do in life, we want to make sure that we are joining the right community. So go ahead and check the people who are leading this or who are contributing to this community. Are these people your tribe? Are these people known to be supportive, known to be helpful, and you will feel comfortable in being part of them, being part with them. The third question I would ask myself: how communities are different from each other. So there are a list of communities, and I am let's say I'm attending a lot of events. However, I'm seeing that talks aren't enough for me. I want other types of communities. I want the communities that organize hackathon or organize workshops or organize a competition. So I check also what are the type of sessions that this specific community is organizing. Because we shouldn't limit ourselves to only specific type of format of learning. However, I want to check also what are the type of learning that this community is providing. Are they providing me an online community that I can chat with them anytime on Discord or on WhatsApp or on Slack? Are they giving me different type of sessions? Are they giving me mentorship opportunities? How they are giving me new ways of learning. So yeah, these questions I would ask myself if I want to join any community, and always there are a lot of communities that are available both in your area or in the global world. Now, what about the other type of contributing? The other type of contributing is individual contributors. Such people who are individual contributors, they don't belong specifically to a specific community. Sometimes they're just contributors, and then they contribute with the knowledge that they have. Although they would be sometimes advocating for a specific technology, however, they are contributing in different ways to the community. So in professional communities, usually we see sessions as events, as talks, as workshops, as hackathons, as competitions. The organizers, although they are developers themselves, they organize a space for others. However, individual contributors, they contribute by themselves. Usually, they are the speakers and the mentors of the professional communities. Some global programs for such individual contributors are Google Developer Experts, which are individual experts. For example, here, this person is a GDE who came abroad to our event in 2023 to Beirut. He came all the way from Europe to share his expertise with us in Lebanon as a Google Developer Expert. So he is representing himself under the GDE umbrella. And this is only one program of other programs that people can be individual contributors in it. There's also Google Cloud Champion and innovators that are experts in Google Cloud. There are AWS Heroes, which are also developers who have experience in AWS. They apply to become AWS Heroes. They are Microsoft MVP, Docker Captains, Java Champions, MongoDB Champions, and other programs. Okay, so what about how can I benefit from these individual contributors? If I want to benefit from these individual contributors, I would follow them on their social media accounts. Usually they share their knowledge on LinkedIn or on blogging platforms like Medium or Dafto. They speak at events, so I follow where they speak to learn from them. I reach out to them for mentorship. And usually, most of these people mentor other people for free because this is exactly what they are, individual contributors. I see the programs that they are participating in it, and I try to participate as well. So here, if you want, we are speaking about الحديث هلا we are speaking about on-site communities, in-person communities in my local area. What about online communities that I can be part of? Also, there are a lot of online communities that I can be part of. And the cool thing about online communities that most probably the community that I would belong to, have a lot of people that are not from my country. And this helps me to understand the global perspective for specific technologies, and not only from my personal local perspective for technologies. There are a lot of online communities, for example, Reddit, where I both can ask questions or answer other questions. Dafto talking platform, Hacker News if I want to read the latest news, Medium, Substack, and these platforms you can both read the latest news and contribute to writing your information in them. Of course, the social media platforms like LinkedIn or Instagram or even Facebook. The more technical stuff like GitHub discussions, Discord communities, there are a lot of Discord communities, and here I also emphasize again on know what are you joining, making sure this community is safe and inclusive, because the internet can be risky sometimes. So know what are the online communities that you are joining. There's also Open Source Friday. You can check it out. It's a platform that encourages open source. And there's Post, which is also one of my favorite platforms to check the latest hackathons that are in your area or also on the global stage. So you can check what are the hackathons that you can be part of remotely. And from my personal journey, I first joined as a member attending events in the COVID phase. So the first events that I both joined and organized were online events. So, for example, here I showing a picture from my first events online in 2021 on YouTube Live that I took part of when I was a university student. So here we are talking about joining a community. What about now leading a community, or at least contributing to it? How can I contribute to a community, both as a student community or professional community? As a student community, I mentioned before, and I'm repeating here again to make sure that you remember it, is reach out to the organizers of the community of the students, clubs, for example, GDG on campus in university, and tell them that I want to be an organizer with them. The organizers are already university students, just like you. So you are both at the same level of expertise. They will most probably be very glad that you want to join them, and they will welcome you and help you to organize events with them. Or if this, or if you don't want to join an existing community, then go ahead and organize or lead or initiate your own community in the university. Of course, reach out to your professors to help you, or previous alumni and your colleagues. If you want to join professional communities, also reach out to the chapters that you are already attending and tell them that you want to volunteer. Most probably they will tell you, yes, please go ahead and help us because this will be helpful. If not, then you also can just go ahead and initiate your own community. And if I want to talk here about Lebanon specifically, there are several global user groups, for example, GDG or MongoDB or AWS. These are existing user groups. However, there are still many user groups that can be initiated that aren't yet initiated. Um, and maybe if you are joining from abroad, not from Lebanon, then also check what are the communities that are lacking in your area and go ahead and initiate them. Check them, research on the internet how you can launch that in your area, reach out to previous or to other organizers and just take that step further for that. It would be like maybe a bit challenging at first, however, things would be easier by time. And all you need is just some courage and some belief and the love for contributions. And you will be leading the next communities in your area. As for individual contributors, if you are a professional developer or even if you are still a student, it's very you can go ahead and share your knowledge online by different online communities. And from there, when you are expert, you can join the other global communities like GDE or Google Cloud Champion Innovators. And I want to remind you that you don't need to belong to a specific global or a local program to contribute to the community. You still can contribute by yourself. Just find a way, be creative, or follow the normal ways. There are several ways that you can contribute. Other thing I would advise others to do, because I have been there from my personal journey, is finding your mentor. And a mentor is a person who is an expert in your field or in the field that you want to belong to. They have been in your shoes and they know how things go, so they can go ahead and share with you their personal advice. And there are a lot of ways that you can find your mentor. 3 programs that I myself joined before. One, which is a Lebanese program called Intersection Program by Injaz and Impactive. And the application for them is already open for this year, so go ahead and check them. And it's divided into intersection program, a mentorship program for all fields, and another program just for tech. So research them and apply. And actually, my current job is directly because I joined the intersection program. I was referred by one of the mentors to my current job. Other programs that you can join online are Boba Talks, and Boba Talks is tailored for university students, or Adaplist, which is broader and tailored for more professional developers or even designers. It has mentors there have different fields. And both Intersection, Adaplist, and Boba Talks are all free of charge programs. You don't pay anything to be part of the 3 programs. So go ahead and check them. Or you can find your mentor in the events that you attend, or from the speakers that you listen to. Always pay it forward. After you benefit from being part of these communities and from having a mentor, pay it forward. Become the mentor you needed. Contribute to the events, to the tech global community. Just as you benefited from it, then go ahead and benefit others from it. And this will be a continuous, non-ending chain. I also encourage you to explore contributing to the open source community. In Lebanon, the open source community is just starting or just growing. You can check the programs that are in your local areas for that, or you can check the open source communities, the global ones. Okay, that's for the communities. And now I will share with you more about leadership, non-technical paths for technical people, and wrapping it. Okay, leadership, such a huge word that we can see it in every single day of our life, not only in our career, but also in how we show up for ourselves and how we show up for others that we are responsible of, or how we show up for our country. So leadership is first. It's not the title. It's not if I am called an expert or if I am called a senior, then I'm in leadership. No, leadership is, in my personal perspective, is opening the space or uh, holding the space for others in a safe and inclusive way for others to grow and to learn and to collaborate. And this is one of this picture. I took it as a selfie in Google I/O Connect Amsterdam in 2023. But it's special um, by this photo is that at that time, the story behind this photo is I joined. I saw a Googler who was sitting by the table by himself, and I reached out to him to ask for advice. And then other people came from they are Google developer experts and other Googlers. So there was a timed invite for people to join this person at this place. I didn't know about it. However, when they joined, I wasn't. They didn't ask me to leave, or they didn't exclude me. They just showed that I joined by randomness, and I didn't know that that was a private invite. However, they still welcomed me uh, with respect, with inclusivity, and I joined the conversation. Specifically, it was a conversation between the Google developer experts in Flutter and the Googlers that maintain Flutter. And what I noticed as well, seeing how the GTEs were interfering with the Googlers and how they are talking, that I found out that um, the traits of leadership that I look forward to have from listening to others, from helping others, from um, um, giving this safe space for others to share their thoughts, and then finding ways to contribute. You don't need to be in a specific title or a specific field to be a leader. You just need uh, to know yourself, know others, and yeah, I think that's another. We can share more about it in another talk. However, I just want to remind you that leadership is not only about your career; it's more about that. It's your leadership shows in your every single day of your life. How you show up for yourself and how you show up for others. What about non-technical paths for technical people? I myself am not working in coding, as I mentioned before. I work in building a community that is based in UAE. What about other paths? If you are a computer science student or a graduate, okay, you love coding but not that much, or you're not finding yourself in being a developer, then please know that there are other paths for you. And back then, when I graduated from the computer science field, I thought that the only path for me was being a software developer, which, to be honest, I really didn't like. Um, when I got the job offer of being a community coordinator, I was hesitant to sign it or accept it because I thought that the only thing that I should be is software developer. I didn't know that there are other paths that I can be. And I'm not really defined by only one job title that I should belong to. Um, there are similar paths. You can check the product manager path or the technical program manager, business analyst, uh, developer relations and community, research and academia, continuing your postgraduate studies, designing UX and human-centered tech, or even education and knowledge sharing by being a trainer or by being a teacher or by being a mentor. One of my favorite paths as well that I want to focus on here is being a startup founder or operator in the entrepreneurship and innovation field. And because you are coming from a tech background, then you know how tech applications or how web applications or how mobile applications work. So you know how things go from zero till production. So this is your chance to be a startup founder if you have an idea that solves a problem that people are suffering from. Um, yeah, or you can be the tech person and the startup founder, and then finding a co-founder who can manage the non-technical things like the numbers, the business, the pitching, and the funding. Like if you want to start today, you may have some common fears before you start contributing. And four of the common fears that I want to highlight today is one, I'm not experienced enough. Um, and I remember having this feeling before. When I was a university student attending my first GDSC online event, I looked at them and I asked myself, oh my God, how many years I need to have until I become able to organize my first event. And literally after just a few weeks from that feeling, I got the opportunity to join as a organizer for my university student club. And I realized that I don't need to be that much experienced. I just need to start, even if I'm not ready, and I will learn along the way. Second fear is I don't have enough time. I have studies, projects to do, or I have a full-time job that I want, that I'm focusing on. Then then the advice for this is to start small, and you don't need to do a lot of. You just maybe attend one event every 3 months, or organize an event every 3 months, or write an article every 1 month. So don't overwhelm yourself. Start with small steps until you become experienced. The impact will be there even if you're not doing a lot. The impact will be there even from the very normal contributions. I'm not a leader. Leadership is learned by doing, by being there, and by learning along the way. No one is born a leader. The leadership is learned. And even you don't really need to be a leader, an experienced leader to contribute. I'm not finding resources. This is the first one, which is super untrue. The internet is your space. The internet is the fact that you are joining us here today means that you have internet. So you can go ahead and research, not specifically on ChatGPT or Gemini. You can search like the old research on Google. You can check LinkedIn. You can ask other organizers for their experience. The resources are limitless. So know what you want to focus on. That will affect what happens when you show up for events or when you show up in your community by either attending or contributing. One, you grow, you learn, you upskill yourself. Second, others will grow from your contributions. The ecosystem will strengthen, and the opportunities follow impact. You will receive opportunities that you really didn't even think of. And about the ecosystem strengthen, especially if you feel a very strong belonging to a specific ecosystem, like a Lebanese ecosystem in your country, or even the ecosystem of a specific technology like Go or React, then if you contribute to it or you show up for other people's events, this ecosystem will grow because other people will be encouraged to contribute. Other people will learn from these contributions, and the growth will just be there. How to get involved? If I want to start today, what I will do? I will go and attend events. I will ask for volunteers, and then I will start organizing. I will reach out to the organizers if I can speak at their meetups. I will contribute to the open source. I will support local initiatives and small communities. I will build or join the communities. I think, and one more thing is how to find these programs. You can check them on meetup.com or on Luma or on social media like Instagram, LinkedIn, or again asking other people. Ending my talk today with a very deep quote, which is I am part of the whole. And by this quote, I'm not only referring to the whole of a specific tech community. Let's go ahead and see this quote. I am part of my country. I am part of my of the earth. I am part of the whole universe. So please remember that anything that you do, small decisions or very big decisions, doesn't only impact you, but also impact the whole that you belong to. So be proud of of the work that you are doing. Go ahead and look what is beyond your current work, what is beyond yourself, into the big community, and from the big community to the global world. That's all. Reflect the action item for you from this talk is please reflect on the quote of I am part of the whole, and go ahead and research about what are the communities that you can join, both in tech or not in tech. Thank you. I'm here if you have any questions for the next 10 minutes.
Thank you so much, Riham, for the inspiring session. If there is any question, please feel free to ask Riham.
Thank you. Even if it's something that is not related to what I talked about right now. Okay, you can still reach out to me. I will wait for a few more minutes. However, you still can reach out to me on LinkedIn, on Riham Zeidan, or you can reach out to the organizers that are here for my contact information.